A new battle rages across the earth. This is a war like no other, fought with weapons of myth and machines of death. In the skies, bronze giants clash with sleek silver predators. On the ground, soldiers armed with spears and swords face off against robotic killing machines. And at the heart of it all, one god of war fights for his very survival. His name is Ares, god of courage, violence, and bloodshed. But in this war, he may not be needed anymore. In fact, he could be in the way, because if Ares can't adapt, he will be destroyed. Now let's see what happens when a god of war enters the battlefield in 2023. This is Ares Unleashed. If Ares was an Instagram influencer, his bio would say God of War, dad jokes, and casual brutality. He spent most of his time hanging out with his dad, Zeus, throwing lightning bolts at titans, and making some really bad decisions. So, Ares wasn't exactly prepared for life on Earth in 2023. It's a lot less war, and a lot more paperwork. He first appears in the Korean demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. We don't know how he got there. No one knows how Ares moves around. All we know is that he showed up carrying his shield and spear, both of which are pretty ineffective against the high-tech weapons used in today's wars. When the North Korean People's Army attacked the DMZ with artillery fire, Ares raised his shield and deflected the incoming shells. Unfortunately, this attracted the attention of a nearby South Korean soldier who opened fire. Ares dodged the bullets with ease, but realized that conventional weapons aren't going to cut it in this war. In order to survive, Ares needs to understand the three pillars of modern warfare: air support, long-range attacks, and maximum firepower. Unfortunately for Ares, the first two are outside his wheelhouse. Gods don't do well with technology. Just ask my cousin Demeter. She tried starting an OnlyFans but couldn't figure out how to upload videos. Long-range attacks are also usually done by highly trained snipers, something Ares isn't capable of. He's not even capable of aiming. But Ares does have experience with maximum firepower. He led armies into battle, breathing courage into soldiers and inspiring them to acts of valor and bloodshed. To hone these skills, he joins a local special forces unit called Black Wolf, led by the grizzled veteran Captain Walker, who looks like Tom Hardy if he was drawn by Picasso. Ares quickly learns that leading troops into battle is a lot different from fighting alongside them. He spends much of his time making sure soldiers have enough supplies, coordinating strikes and reviewing footage of previous engagements. Ares loves watching footage of previous engagements. It's better than his own. While this is all great training for Ares, his presence causes problems. You see, soldiers are a superstitious bunch. They've been killing people since before psychology was invented, and the appearance of a bloodthirsty god in their midst is, understandably, unsettling. Ares tries to calm everyone down by pointing out that he's on their side, but the guys just stare at him awkwardly. To make things worse, Ares accidentally drops some lightning bolts around camp. Those poor tents didn't stand a chance, but they were pretty shoddy tents. Ares can't get the soldiers to tell him what they're actually doing there, so he decides to find out for himself. He sneaks out of camp in the middle of the night and witnesses firsthand the devastating power of modern warfare. As the sun rises, Ares watches from afar as fighter jets streak through the sky, dropping bombs that level entire city. He watches as armed drones fly overhead, hunting down targets with deadly accuracy, and he watches as soldiers in body armor storm enemy positions, wielding weapons that spit fire and fury. This is war on a scale Ares has never seen before, and it's clear to him that if he wants to survive, he's going to have to learn these new ways of fighting. We'll be right back after. The problem with old school gods trying to fight in modern wars is that they don't have access to the best gear. Ares is strong and skilled, but he's wearing armor made out of the hide of a morto bison and wielding a spear that's probably seen better days. Meanwhile, the soldiers around him are decked out in state-of-the-art body armor and wielding weapons that can take out targets at long range without putting themselves in danger. For example, this guy with the javelin. This weapon is literally called the javelin. It's not even funny. Javelin missiles are designed to take out enemy vehicles, and they do so with incredible accuracy and power. These weapons are controlled remotely, meaning that the operator can fire at targets without having to be in the direct line of fire. This makes the javelin an ideal weapon for taking out enemy forces in urban areas where friendly and hostile troops are in close proximity. The javelin is also incredibly accurate. It uses a sophisticated guidance system to lock onto its target, and a powerful warhead to destroy it. This means that the soldiers using them are able to take out enemy forces with great precision, minimizing the risk of civilian casualties. Another plus for the Javelin is its versatility. It can be used to take out a wide variety of targets, including vehicles, buildings, and even helicopters. This makes it an ideal weapon for use in a variety of situations. But the Javelin isn't the only weapon Ares has to contend with. He also has to deal with the enemy's drone warfare capabilities. Drones are becoming an increasingly common sight on the modern battlefield. They're small, they're cheap, and they can be used to gather intelligence on enemy forces, providing valuable information that can be used to plan attacks. Drones can also be used to carry out attacks themselves, delivering explosives or other payloads directly to enemy targets. It's become commonplace for soldiers to be equipped with small portable launchers that can take down enemy drones. It's like a game of laser tag, except with real bullets. The best part of drone warfare, though, is that it allows soldiers to engage in battle without having to put themselves in harm's way. With the ability to strike from afar, soldiers can take out enemy targets without ever having to set foot on the battlefield. This means that the risk of friendly casualties is reduced and the element of surprise is increased. After all, nobody expects an attack to come from a little guy flying overhead. This is a big change from the way war was fought in Ares' day. Back then, battles were fought up close and personal. There was no room for hiding behind fancy gadgets or launching attacks from afar. Soldiers had to rely on their strength, skill, and bravery to prevail in battle. But those days are gone. Now war is fought with technology and strategy. And if Ares wants to survive, he's going to have to adapt or become obsolete. And now for a word from our sponsor. So I was looking at my bank account and I realized that I'm not a billionaire yet. So I asked the company that lets everyday investors buy shares of multi-million-dollar art for a shot at millions, if they could help me get there. They said, "Patrick, we already have Van Gogh, Monet, and Banksy." So I said, "Great. Can I invest?" And they said, "Only if you mention us by name." And here I am mentioning them by name. What's unique about Masterworks is that they let you invest in fine art. Art prices have historically outpaced the S&P 500 total return by 164%, and contemporary art has outpaced it by 278%. It's not just me saying this either. Masterworks has paid out tens of millions to their investors, with a 25% net IRR to date. They are making investing in art easy. Their team has over 20 years of experience leading the top auction houses, and they vet every painting before it goes up for sale. They also handle authentication, appraisal, insurance, and storage. That's why over 620,000 people have signed up to invest with me. Investing in art used to be reserved for the ultra-rich, but thanks to Masterworks, anyone can get in on the action. So, sign up with my link below and start building your art portfolio today. What do you think? Was Ares able to hold his own in modern combat, or was he totally out of his depth? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Hope you enjoy.